Hello again. Today we're diving deep into the most isolated and arguably most mythologized continent on Earth, Antarctica. It's a place where theories about lost civilizations, secret Nazi installations, and gateways to inner worlds coexist with serious scientific research and truly fascinating discoveries.
Indeed. There's a thin line between curiosity and what can actually be proven. But to begin, it's essential to understand how Antarctica is governed.
Since 1959, it has been governed by one of the most remarkable international agreements ever created, the Antarctic Treaty. Part of the treaty's motivation came after World War II, when the United States considered staking a territorial claim, even launching the massive Operation High Jump.
And what exactly does the Antarctic Treaty forbid?
It strictly prohibits military activity, nuclear testing, and any form of predatory economic exploitation on the continent. All activity must be strictly for scientific research, and findings must be openly shared. Today, 54 nations have signed the treaty and maintain research stations which operate under regular inspections. Antarctica belongs to no single country. It is a land dedicated to science and international cooperation.
Even with this open cooperation, there's still that myth that Antarctica is off-limits, with viral videos claiming that drones are shot down or that there are hidden zones. Is there any truth to that?
That's just popular myth-making. There's no evidence of drones being shot down or secret no-go regions. Monitoring exists mainly for environmental and climate-related safety. Any member country can visit the continent, and visitors are allowed near most research stations as long as they follow treaty protocols.
One real historical element that fuels speculation is the Nazi presence in 1938. What actually happened then?
It's historically true that a Nazi expedition took place in 1938. They mapped a region they named Neuschwabenland, conducted aerial surveys, and dropped flags. However, there has never been proof of secret bases or significant military activity after the war, and no hidden installations have ever been found.
And what about the American Operation High Jump? It took place right after World War II, from August 1946 to early 1947. Many people link it to UFOs or missions against surviving Nazis.
The official purpose of Operation High Jump was quite different. It was the largest U.S. military expedition ever sent to Antarctica, involving 13 ships, 4,700 men, and numerous aircraft.
So what was the real purpose behind such a massive mission?
The primary goal, led by Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd, was to train troops and test equipment under extreme cold conditions in preparation for potential future conflicts. But there was also the intention of strengthening U.S. presence and influence over the largest possible operational area of the continent. Beyond that, the mission aimed to assess the feasibility of establishing air bases on the ice. They wanted to develop techniques for maintaining and using these bases, especially because similar methods could later be applied in Greenland, where the climate is equally harsh.
Were there political consequences from this operation?
Yes. In September 1947, the region of interest to the United States, between 24 degrees and 90 degrees, was included in the security zone of the Inter-American Treaty of Reciprocal Assistance. In 1948, the U.S. proposed placing Antarctica under United Nations trusteeship, a proposal rejected by several countries, including Argentina and Chile. They also suggested a form of international administration, which led Chile to propose suspending all territorial claims for 5 to 10 years to negotiate a permanent solution, though this was not approved.
The operation was so significant that it even became a film, right?
Exactly. The documentary The Secret Land, filmed by military photographers, won the 1948 Academy Award for Best Documentary. It features Fleet Admiral Chester W. Nimitz discussing the mission with Admirals Byrd and Cruzen, and even recreates dramatic scenes, such as Byrd throwing equipment out of an aircraft to lighten it and avoid crashing into a mountain. The official explanation is that the mission was logistical and strategic, not a battle against alien spacecraft, despite rumors based on unverified quotes attributed to Byrd.
Now, about those so-called Antarctic pyramids that look like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Geologists clarify that they're simply nunataks, a term from the Inuit language. These are mountain peaks that jut out above the ice, shaped by thousands of years of erosion. Their triangular shape is natural, not the work of ancient builders.
And the famous Piri Reis Map from 1513, which supposedly shows the coastline of Antarctica without ice?
Historians and cartographers agree that the map actually represents parts of the South American coast. Antarctica's ice sheet has existed for at least 10 million years, long before human civilization. The first confirmed landing on the continent didn't happen until 1820, during the first Russian Antarctic expedition.
The hollow Earth theory is one of the most persistent. Where did it originate?
The theory claims that Earth is hollow with a vast inner space, first proposed in 1692 by Edmund Halley, the astronomer after whom Halley's Comet is named. Halley believed that minor variations in Earth's magnetic field could only be explained by internal magnetic structures. He also used this theory to explain the auroras, imagining them as gases escaping from inner cavities. Over time, this idea blended with legends of hidden civilizations, such as the subterranean kingdom of Agartha. In the 19th century, writer John Sims even gave multiple lectures urging an expedition to Antarctica to prove the theory.
And how did the Nazis become tied to this?
In 1871, the science fiction novel Vril, The Power of the Coming Race, helped popularize the notion by describing an underground utopian society empowered by a mysterious force called Vril. This work later influenced the Thule Society in Germany, linked to Nazi ideology. They believed the Earth's center was inhabited by pure Aryan beings, accessible through secret technologies and rituals, and claimed Hitler sent expeditions to Antarctica searching for entrances to this inner world.
But modern science completely rejects this idea, right?
Absolutely. Despite attempts to validate the theory, no expedition has ever found an entrance to a hollow Earth. Advances in technology, geophysical measurements, satellite imagery, and radar data have thoroughly demonstrated that Earth has no internal cavity. Nonetheless, modern conspiracy theories persist, claiming that satellites intentionally hide supposed polar openings. Fiction also keeps the idea alive. Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth, 1864, remains one of the most iconic works inspired by the concept, fueling countless books and films.
Antarctica is full of mysteries, but they're mostly scientific ones. What are some of the most astonishing scientific discoveries there?
Antarctic soil contains fossils of prehistoric forests, and its dry valleys have environmental conditions similar to those on Mars. The ice also preserves millions of years of climate history.
And the subglacial lakes? I recall there are more than 140 of them.
Yes. The idea of fresh water beneath the ice was first suggested in the late 19th century by Russian scientist Pyotr Kropotkin. He theorized that pressure from the ice mass could lower the melting point, allowing water to return to a liquid state at depth. Later, seismic surveys in 1959 and 1964 led geographer Andrei Kapitsa to propose the existence of Lake Vostok. Covered by 4 kilometers of ice, the lake revealed unique extremophile life forms and complex ecosystems.
And what about the most recent discovery beneath the frozen landscape?
In 2025, scientists confirmed the existence of a fully preserved ancient landscape, frozen in time beneath the ice sheet of Wilkes Land in East Antarctica.
That's incredible. How old is this landscape?
Its age is estimated at around 30 million years. Researchers believe it was once filled with rivers, valleys, and even forests. Records of palm trees have been found. This discovery is crucial. Scientists hope that analyzing this hidden terrain, which resembles Patagonia and once had a temperate or tropical climate, will help predict current ice melt patterns more precisely. Using advanced ground-penetrating radar, they identified elevated terrain blocks between 120 and 170 kilometers wide and 85 kilometers long.
It's astonishing to think we know less about East Antarctica than about the surface of Mars. With scientific wonders like these, Antarctica doesn't need conspiracies to be extraordinary.
Exactly. It's a place full of mysteries, but most of them lie at the frontier of science, not in secret government bunkers. The truth is often just as astonishing as fiction. Antarctica is like a massive frozen history book, and with every new page we uncover, we realize our planet is far more complex than we ever imagined.